Hello everyone, and welcome to the second edition of my little leaked information birth by sleep thingamajig. There's been a bit more information released so far. But before I go on to that, I'm just gonna go through all the stuff that is confirmed so far. I know for some of them I'll be stating the bleeding obvious, but I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So, confirmed worlds: Castle of Dreams, Snow White's House, Enchanted Dominion, Yensid's Tower, Olympus Coliseum, Destiny Islands, Radiant Garden, and the Crossroads. And all the characters involved in this game are, basically all the characters that are involved with those words. Yes, just want to make explicit that Castle of Dreams is the Cinderella world, and Enchanted Dominion is the Sleeping Beauty world. Yep, that's the one. Okay, great. Yeah, and all characters in the game are ones associated from those worlds, from the movie. One of the main boss fight in Castle of Dreams is Lucifer, the evil cat, and for that, when you're playing as Ven, he'll be the size of a mouse. So yeah, and apart from that, the only other characters associated will be the young Sora, Riku, and Kairi. And yep, that's it for the definitely confirmed stuff. Alright, time now for some speculation on the story front. Some of this has been confirmed by Tetsuya Nomura, some hasn't. So please do not take this information at face value. I'm not sure which has and which hasn't, but basically this is what's going on with the story so far. Okie dokie. Basically, Master Xehanort and his apprentice are trying to seek Kingdom Hearts, and during the course of the game, Master Xehanort meets alone with Terra in the gathering place, and he basically says that he's quite ashamed about his apprentice's lust for power, and he says basically if his apprentice carries along this route, then he's not gonna be able to wield the Keyblade because the Keyblade will reject him. So this sort of suggests that Xehanort is actually not as bad as we think, and Xehanort actually warns Terra about falling into the darkness, which is a bit strange, but hey. And it's also apparent that Master Xehanort is a bit concerned about falling into darkness, so this theory has cropped up that he's actually sort of moved some of this darkness, part of his soul, into Terra, or I don't really get it myself. But Terra's eyes turn yellow from apparently the overwhelming darkness entering his heart. Then Terra loses part of his memory and ends up in Radiant Garden, where all he can remember was his possessor's name. Then bizarrely, Terra actually goes on to become Ansem himself, which I'm not really, as in Ansem from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, which I'm not really sure to think of. I don't know, is there facial similarities or whatever? I'm not sure where this theory's actually come from. But anyway, Terra's belt buckle is reminiscent of the Nobody and Heartless symbols, giving a reason why these symbols actually came to be. So that sort of adds weight to the argument that Terra actually turns out to be Ansem, if he's actually invented the symbols for these things. Yeah. And also just linking with Terra, Nomura has actually explicitly stated that that was not Terra, that was fought in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. He's not sure if he's going to decide that it's just entirely non-canon, or he's just going to say the suit was possessed. Another little interesting tidbit of information for anyone who's played Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Xemnas frequently goes down to his little office sort of place, and there's Aqua's armor and Keyblade on the floor, and he talks to it frequently and addresses it as friend. So that sort of could tie in somewhere. So that sort of raises the argument that Master Xehanort's apprentice actually becomes the Xehanort Ansem's apprentice in the later game. But there's also the theory that Master Xehanort was actually defeated by Terra, Ven, and Aqua, and subsequently lost his memory and power and actually became Xehanort himself. But I'm sort of on the apprentice theory, because they haven't actually like shown like his face like underneath his helmet. So I don't know. And there's also the theory, because of, well, like the apprentice's like armor, he actually was responsible for spawning the Heartless in the first place, which in turn adds weight to the argument that he's actually Xehanort, because he likes calling himself the Seeker of Darkness. So yeah. And also in interviews, Tetsuya Nomura has also explicitly stated that Xehanort's name is significant because it's an anagram of no heart and another, only with an X thrown in, and he says that he wants the players to actually sort of have a think about that. Right, that's speculation over, and now I'm going to show you some images of the new, what's it called? Unbirths, yes. Right, so here are some of the new enemies, the Unbirths. I might go through it quite quickly, so please pause the video if you want a good look. This is the sort of like, you know, foot soldier Unbirth, like with Heartless you have the Shadow and Nobody the Dusk. This is the large body Unbirth, sort of speaks for itself. This is the sort of soldier form Unbirth, sort of like the way it's standing and its great big hands. The boot Unbirth, you might not be able to see it quite clearly, but it's sort of got a bug-like head on the top of the boot. This is the Unbirth Falcon. You can't really see it all that clearly because of the lock-on symbol. And this has been called the Rabid Unbirth. I'm not sure what that really looks like myself. Whatever. And this is a red pot with bat wings. Yes, and it's posing the Unbirth symbol quite explicitly there. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm afraid that's basically it for this part. This part was basically more story related. If you've seen this part first and you want to learn about like the game mechanics, sort of like the battle system and whatever, then please have a gander at my channel and find the other Birth by Sleep leaked information video. And also to answer someone's question, no, it doesn't look like you actually have allies, and with every single character you will fight alone. And Nomura has basically said that each character has a arc that's slightly different from the other, so they're all going to be pursuing their own like intentions and whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. If anyone wants me to do a coded, or whatever the other one's called, 200-odd-and-a-half days, sorry, it's completely slipped my mind. So yeah. And also, if you have a gander at my channel, you'll find some AR Max code vids, and also some playthroughs, including some playthroughs of some PS2 RPGs. If you have a request for a playthrough, then fire away. I'm afraid I'm only going to accept like one extra playthrough for the moment, but later I will take up some more requests. So yeah, so thanks very much for your comments and your ratings and whatever, and I will try to keep you updated. Okay, see ya.